So the voice, there are 4 components to the voice today, because there can be another million different ways to look at it, okay? But the way I'm going to talk about it today is 4 components. There's the physical voice, which is the instrument itself. This are the tools of my trade. I'm a singer, I'm a speaker, and I'm an actress. This is my toolkit. Something goes wrong here, it affects my work. I lose my voice, I can't go on stage. Right? That's the physical aspect. So we're going to do a little bit of physical movement to actually engage and get to know how to take care of it. The physical part of your voice, okay? Physical instrument. And then there's the emotional voice. And that is something where our communities get stuck. I'm going to say I'm going to just say it. All of humanity gets stuck, okay? This is one where the least understood body, the emotional body on the planet, and is the least respected, the least understood, the least valued. So we're going to change that today, because that's what we're here to do. So in order to be strong speakers, storytellers, your emotions have to be free. They can't be jamming it, because again, that affects your physical body. But your emotions, when you're stuffing your tears, right? No stuffing. If you're going to cry, cry. Yeah. You're going to rage. Your emotional voice is very, very valuable. And I'm not saying you do it on stage. Yeah, you can. But you, as a speaker and as a storyteller and as a keeper of stories, you have to get to know your emotional voice. You have to get to know your emotions so that your voice is free. Because storytellers, the reason why they're effective in our communities and all over the world, stories and messengers are so good, is because they make us feel something. They make us feel something. And in order for the audience to feel something, the storyteller has to be free emotionally to convey that. Or sometimes they say, I gotta be open so the grandmothers can come through me. Well, if I'm all shut off, who can come through me? No one. So your emotional voice. The third component is your mental voice, or the mental body, the mental voice. And that is the words. That is the structure. That is the message itself. That is what you know you want to say. So there's work there. There is the creative part of allowing, and then there's doing the work to make sure that you're not rambling, boring people. Oh, and then I was off over the, oh, and then I went off and what? You were just so good. Where did you go? You lost me. It's to be an effective speaker is to be a smart speaker. So you use your mind, you use your words, and you use the structure that you'll probably be learning. Just learning that there's a wealth of knowledge that you could say anything, but how are you going to say it? How are you going to convey that message? Because no one will do it like you. No one can, no one will, and no one should ever try to be anyone else but themselves. Your mind is infinite. Your mind is connected to the Creator's mind. You can go anywhere. You can come up with anything. So just know that that's valuable too. And then there's the spiritual voice. This is when we've done all the work, and the physical body, the physical voice is clear and free. The emotional body is open and flowing. The mental voice is ready and prepared. Then you can allow the spirit to move you, the grandmothers or the grandfathers, the ancestors, to speak through you. Because you have all those things working for you. And some days you're going to find that it's all mental body, whoo, you know, and some days it's all spiritual. And that's good. That is okay. Because the more you flow and the more you get to know each of these voices, these different bodies, you will grow as a person because you are a whole being. This is just a part of you. This is just you. But if you're really good at mental, you might be not so good at emotional. So you might be very technical, and people can write notes and not feel much, right? Which is valuable. But then if you're all emotion and you never take us anywhere, oh, what's the point? What's the point? Right? That may not be, you know, which is okay too. You know, you're making people feel, but they wouldn't be able to remember what you said afterwards because you never took it to a point, to a home, bringing us home. So there is room for all of those ways of speaking. But it's up to you to look at yourself as a holistic being. Your voice has many layers to it. And it deserves your attention and your respect. A voice. And the feminine voice. Here we are in this room. The feminine voice is growing. It's rising. As the elders are saying, it is part of my purpose. This is why I'm here today. Is because I'm realizing that I may be an actress and a singer and a speaker, but I'm a messenger and a facilitator for the rise of the sacred feminine. That is who I am. Now it all makes sense what all these interests and all those things have been doing. And from what I'm hearing from other women, especially Indigenous women, that's what you're being called to speak for too. You have things you have to say. There are things you need to let the world know that no one else can let them know but you. So you have a big job. But don't worry, you're not alone. We're all being called to do it. And some will step up, and some will have the courage, and some will have the community to help them. So does that make sense? You're with me? 4 sacred bodies, 4 aspects to the voice. Okay, up on your feet.